Welcome to Module 2 for the LSIP online system training, covering resources available on the welcome page. I'm going to log in. Here is the welcome page. It has here a link to the Act. Its intent is to enable the population to communicate with the government and vice versa. Another link to the request for exemption. On the right-hand side of the welcome page, we have a number of other resources. For instance, the definition of key terms here, the instructions in identifying bilingual positions and calculating deficiencies. It shows an example of the report and describes how this need is identified and how the indicator of deficiency is identified. We'll look at that in further detail as well. Internal population and certified staff counts are for agencies that have internal populations, such as corrections, education, state hospitals. The language survey process milestones matrix shows the sequence of tasks to be completed during the language survey, broken out into broad steps. Here are some more specific individual tasks that make up the milestones, and these are here broken out as to which authority has responsibility to carry out each of the duties. In yellow, we have the department coordinator or the master user. In green, we have the department reporting assistant. I'll define more clearly what that is as we get into looking at the survey itself. The department public contact employee and CalHR. We have the language code guide. As you enter survey results into the online system, the code guide will give you the appropriate code for each language. We have the language survey video that was recorded by the State Personnel Board. It has some discussion by Daimali, one of the co-authors, and finally the tally sheet. This will go out to all of your public contact employees. They will put in the name of your agency, the year, the dates the survey is going to be conducted, and all of the units in your agency should be conducting survey on the same dates. The employee's name, title, reporting group, their local office or the unit that they work in, their city and zip of employment, how much time they work per week, as well as what languages they speak. If they speak English only, if they're certified bilingual, this allows up to 4 languages to be entered. They would check the box if they're certified bilingual. The public contact totals for each of these languages are entered on the first page, but the tally sheets for the languages are on the second page. They would fill out this tally sheet as they get contacts with the public. Once they've completed their contacts, then they'll go back and fill in the totals and send that back either to the language survey assistant or to the language survey coordinator, depending on how your department has it arranged. And we'll talk more about the pros and cons of each as we get further in. Because departments are having increasing numbers of employees working from home, we've modified the tally sheet so that employees can enter data electronically and then save the file with the data intact. That way, printers are not needed at home and the files can be sent back to the coordinator. For more information about this, view Module 3. One important thing to know about this system is that it always times out after 20 minutes if there's been no activity, but there isn't a clock or a timer or a warning. It's kind of an old system. I want to be upfront that you'll have to track your own time, because if you get called to a meeting or you get distracted with an email and don't finish on a particular page, it could time out and then you would have to start over with that section. This next arrow is a key thing to be aware of. That is how you save your progress. There are these red tabs along the top that let you go to different areas of the survey, but you only want to use these navigation tools to return to an area that you've already completed. If you're completing an area for the first time, you need to hit this next button in order to save your progress. This concludes Section 2 of the LSIP Online System Training. Continue to Section 3 for information on the Information tab and the Administration tab.